Another day, another new Doctor Who story. Although I shouldn't make light of it, should I? Let's be honest, we've had 6 weeks, or the equivalent of moths and ants and stuff like that. And herein lies the eternal majesty of Doctor Who, in so much as we would have finished watching at whatever time it was on Saturday in 1965, and 1 week later we find ourselves with cod Shakespearean dialogue, uh, um, mammoth facial hair, actors in black tub, and it's a world away from the Menoptera and the Zabi, and let's be thankful for that. But let's be more honest, and let's say that the Lion, we are in the Crusades with Richard the Lionheart, and we're straight into the action. We get no interior TARDIS scenes. The TARDIS lands with a very peculiar noise, and all of a sudden, Barbara gets kidnapped, and the Doctor is ingratiating himself with the hierarchy of the British invasion force. I'm not sure it wasn't called an invasion force back then, but still. I feel a bit overwhelmed, actually. I've had a very long couple of days for various boring reasons that I'm not going to trouble you with, but physically exhausting as much as anything else. And so we put on this story tonight, all excited because we're not seeing moths and ants, and it was just a bit mind blowing, really, to get something that I would generally find terribly entertaining in relation to Doctor Who, and just having to work our way back into something that I find a bit more recognisably Doctor Who-ish than a programme that almost willfully was setting out to alienate the viewer. Which isn't a very good description of this story so far, is it? There's no doubt that I enjoyed myself watching it. I don't really feel that I've taken much from it. Perhaps I need to sleep on it and wake up in the morning ready for episode 2. But is this the hangover from the web planet? Is this a new discovery in this project? Is this a new discovery in this project? In so much as 6 weeks worth of weirdness, pure weirdness, with, at least in my opinion, not that much to redeem it, and then such a sea change. More of a sea change than, I mean, what came before the Aztecs? Keys Marinus? That didn't feel quite so much of a whew. But to go into this historic, and this is proper historical. This is the program trying to be as the viewing public, as consensus decrees should a historical story should go. We don't do this now. When we have historical stories now, we delight in mixing up the contemporary and the history. We delight in making wry sides and clever analogies between what was happening then and what happens now. And we don't get any of that here. We really don't get any of that here. This is unabashed. We are in the time of the Crusades-ness, apart from the Doctor and his crew. And I think that's perhaps best illustrated by the slapstick bit where the Doctor nicks a load of clothes for Vicky to wear. Vicky gets bugger all to in this story, it's fair to say. Thus far, this episode, she does nothing. Hopefully this will improve. Nice to see Julian Glover, although his petulance in this episode isn't very endearing, and one feels that the dialogue, which is grand, is not in keeping with his portrayal of the character, the way the character is written. Perhaps he's doing it as straight as the script decrees. But I'm not going to complain, and I'm not going to judge. There's lots more to come here. We've got 2 reconstructed episodes during this story, so that's going to make things a little bit more tricky. I seem to recall that episode 3, which isn't reconstructed, is very good. and I'm just wittering now. It's been a long day where I've done this a bit dig and go to um, hardware shops, do-it-yourself shops. So I'll leave it there. Let's just be it's a bit paltry to say. Let's just be thankful we're not on Vortis anymore. But let's see what happens. Thank you. Bye bye.